Hey y'all, this is Sergeant Dan with Palmetto Edge, and I have a review for you this time of the Hinderer XM Slippy. Alright, so let's get some size comparisons out of the way. Here it is up against the Benchmade Bug Out. Here it is up against the, once again, I can't flick a Spyderco open on video, Spyderco Para 3. And as you can see, it is actually closer in size to the Para 3 than it is the, blade size, or at least cutting edge and everything. Closer in size to the Para 3 than it is the Bug Out. And just because I freaking feel like it, let's compare it up against one of my biggest knives. Here it is up against the Microtech Halo 6 Hellhound. Why not? Whip out the Hellhound every time the Halo Hellhound every time I get a chance, right? So, let's see. Let me get into specifications on this one. So, I love that knife, guys. I'll get a review out for it here real soon. If not at the same time as this one, because I got them. I got it a little. I'm rambling. Sorry, I'm rambling. So. Specifications on this one, overall length on it is 7.125 inches. Blade length is 3 inch. It is... Oh, I didn't give you a close-up. Let me give you a close-up. I can go over some specs while I'm doing close-up. It is Hinderer's working finish, which I absolutely love. G10 handles with titanium liners and a... you can see the thumb stud up here. I'll get to that shortly. CPM 20 CV steel, which is a wonderful steel, made in the USA, of course. I mean, it's a freaking Hinderer. Titanium pocket clip. I think I said titanium liners. Then you got your titanium filler tab back here where you can move the pocket clip if you want to. So, let's see. Is there anything else at all I want to touch on as far as specs go? I think I said Slippy, so it is a slip joint. I guess that's it as far as specs, guys. So, review. Here we go. You ready for this? This is easily one of my favorite EDC pocket knives that I have, hands down. One of, if not my favorite. I think the Hinderer slip joints don't get enough attention. They get maybe a bad rap a little bit because, you know, they were honestly truly made for the European market. Okay, by Hinderer, they were made for the European market. But does that mean that they're a bad option for the U.S. market? Absolutely not. Sorry, I had to get a sip of my drink. I was getting dry. Absolutely not. I love this knife. So what do I love about it? First of all is the blade shape. That's one thing I didn't hit in my specifications. So here you go. This is Hinderer's Spanto blade shape. It's kind of a mix between a spear point and a tanto. Okay. Sort of. If you can see, it's got that spear point deal going, but oh, sorry, bumped the camera. But if you can see right here, it's got those sharper edges in it that a tanto would. It doesn't have it on the edge, but it's got it further up in here. It is a fairly thin knife, fairly thin blade stock, but you still got that thicker tip up here for good, just sturdy reliability, things like that. I love. That's something we're going to get to. Don't worry about it. I love Hinderer's G10. Excuse me. I'm getting over respiratory illness, so you might hear me sniffling and coughing a little bit during this video. I love Hinderer's G10. It's really grippy without being just overly aggressive. The handle shape is absolutely perfect. You got this forward finger choil here for your index finger, And then for me, for my hand shape or my hand size, I wear large mechanics gloves, okay? So for me, it just fits in perfectly, melts into my hand. Absolutely love it. And while I'm on that note, attention to detail with Hinderers, or at least with this one, okay? This is the only Hinderer, true name brand Hinderer that I have, okay? So this is the only one I can speak to, but closing. Opening and closing can be done one-handed with this thing, even though it's a slip joint. And one cool way of doing it, you see this little forward finger choil here that you can choke up on and use. If you keep your finger in this finger choil here and you go to close it, that finger choil, let me do that again. That finger choil closes right down on your finger, so there is no worry whatsoever of a sharp blade coming down on you. I wouldn't recommend doing it that way, but if you what I choose to do most of the time is to get it like this and close it. Okay, keep my fingers out of the way altogether. However, if you just were to be forgetful or stupid or something like that and do it that way, there's no way. If you're holding it properly, there's no way that that's going to close on your finger and cut you. Nothing like that. Blade centering on it is absolutely perfect. Absolutely no complaints about that. How do I tend to... It's... Okay, so in watching reviews of this one, I saw where people were complaining about how loose the locking points are on this one. And I don't understand it. That's not how mine are at all. Mine's got a fairly strong spring. I actually tend to, when I open it, I get my thumb on this end and my middle finger on this end and open it to a certain point before my thumb takes over. And it is a strong open. It is, I'm confident in it being open enough to be able to use it heavily, okay? And then there's your midpoint. It's got a clear half stop, okay? It might be a wide half stop, okay? So most, let's see, I think I've got another slip joint. So this one, I've got a no half stop there. Okay, well maybe I might be lying to you about this one. All right, this one doesn't have a half stop. So let me see this one. Does this one? Nope, that one doesn't either. Okay, so I don't have a good example of a good half stop around here, but there is a clear, fully open, and it is locked open and strong, and then there's a clear half stop. As you can see, there's some movement within that half stop, but there's a clear point where, okay, I'm at the upper edge of that half stop, and I'm at the lower edge of that half stop, and then it is a clear, hard close, okay? So I've seen reviews where they talk about how loose and sloppy the middle point is and how there's not really definition between the two. That's not the case with mine. Yes, there's some movement in it, but it's I'm shaking it between the two clear definitions here, okay? Clearly that's the end, the upper end, and clearly that's the lower end. I've seen a lot of people too complain about the thumb stud. I have one little complaint about the thumb stud. I wish there was some texturing. As you can see, it's just slick. I wish there was some texturing on it to get a little better traction for opening. I've seen people that just take the thumb stud off altogether and use it as a two-handed opener. That's absolutely fine. It's totally up to you. That's one cool thing about this. So the thumb stud, you see this track here. The knife comes with like the world's smallest Allen wrench, okay, to be able to loosen that little screw in there and move this thumb stud anywhere within this track that you want, or even take it off, okay, altogether if that's what you want. And that's absolutely wonderful in my opinion, because I have moved it since I got it because I like it further down where it is. There's a lot of people that just take them off and use it as a one or two-handed open knife. Whatever you prefer, that's what you can do. That's what's one thing that's so cool about it. It does come in the tip-down configuration. I have changed it to tip up, and then I changed it back to tip down. Well, why did I do that? Part of the reason was because the way it feels in my hand. I like the way the tip down configuration with the pocket clip feels in my hand. It fits my hand better than when it was in the tip up. It sits perfectly. It gives me a little extra wedge there to make sure I don't slide up on the blade, which I have no concerns of anyway because of the texture of the G10 and the finger grooves and all that kind of stuff. Okay, have absolutely no concern about that to begin with, but it gives me just a little extra assurance against that. What else? I mean, you got premium materials. You got a nice, good quality G10. You got titanium liners on it. 20 CV steel, which is absolutely nothing to complain about whatsoever. Titanium pocket clip, good Stronghold. Yeah, I mean, just fit and finish are exceptional on this thing. Everything lines up perfectly. If it's got a gap on one side, it's got an equal gap on the other side. And I use this. The reason why I say that is because the spring back here does not touch, nor would I really want it to. Okay, it has just a hair of a gap on both sides, which you can't even really see. Actually, you can't see it all in the video here. Okay, but it's there. It does have just a hair of a gap, and it is, without just being nitpicky and getting some kind of fancy tool to measure the gap on both sides, just eyeballing it, it looks absolutely perfect, perfectly even on both sides. Man, what? Let's see. I did have one complaint. My only, is that the only one? I think so. My only complaint about this knife is the fact that the thumb stud doesn't have any kind of texturing on it to be able to get a little better traction. Besides that, guys, this knife is just a perfect blade shape, perfect size. I absolutely love the working finish on it. I love this finish on the blade because, for one, it's cool looking, but for two, it hides any imperfections that you might get on it, through use. So, yeah, I mean, thin, fairly lightweight, just a wonderful, wonderful option for everyday carry. Like I said in the beginning, I think that the Hinderer slip joints don't get enough attention here in the U.S., kind of get a bad rap just because they're slip joints as opposed to some kind of a frame lock, liner lock, anything like that. But man, when I tell you this thing locks open, it locks open. It is a strong, strong lock. Using it for EDC tasks, I don't worry one bit about how it locks open or the locking mechanism or anything like that. And if you're someone that wants a Hinderer, excuse me, if you're someone that, like me, who really, really wants a Hinderer, but doesn't have, can't quite justify spending a whole lot on one of their XM18s or an XM24 for that matter, or heck, even one of their Jurassics or something like that, okay, then this is a wonderful, wonderful option. Now, I got this one from DLT Trading. I typically do my knife shopping on Blade HQ, but Blade HQ didn't have what I was looking for. So I'm not just going to go, oh, well, they don't have what I'm looking for, I give up. I'm going to look elsewhere, okay? DLT Trading had exactly what I was looking for, and this was exactly what I was looking for. Blue G10, Spanto blade shape, working finish, and the only place I could find it, honestly, was DLT Trading. I'm almost positive it's not one of their exclusives. Okay, they have some exclusive Hinderers, but it's not an exclusive, but that was the only place I could find it. And let's talk about price on this one. So, $275. $275 for a Hinderer? For a name brand Hinderer? That's crazy. That's a wonderful, wonderful price. You get the same materials as an XM18. All right, you get the working finish, 20 CV steel, high quality G10 handles, titanium liners, same pocket clip, same hardware, same everything as an XM18 at a fraction of the price. I mean, $275 for this knife. That is a wonderful price in my opinion. Now, yes, granted, yes, it's $275. Okay, that's a lot of money to me. Okay, as I'm sure that's a lot of money to a lot of people. But sorry, I had to get a sip. But when you look at what you're getting for the price, you're getting a Rick Hinderer knife. You are getting absolutely premium construction, absolutely premium materials. I mean, you'd be hard pressed to find this kind of stuff anywhere else. I mean, maybe Microtech. Okay, where's my knife? There it is. I mean, you know, the next knife that comes to mind in comparison for me is at least as far as general overall materials, is SOCOM Elite. But as you can see, these are two totally different knives. Okay, two totally different classes of knives. But you know, if you want the same build quality, same construction, same materials, you'd be hard pressed to find it anywhere other than Hinderer. So, you know, that's... Am I absolutely happy I bought this one? Absolutely. I could not be happier with a just standard everyday carry knife than this one. And I got to admit, it has rarely left my pocket since I've got it. I even carry it at work sometimes. And this is not typically the style of knife that I carry on duty. Not by a long shot, but I just like knowing that I have it in my pocket. I like pulling it out every once in a while and just opening and closing it, just playing with it. Okay. Now, has it seen use? Yeah, it has. You know, just your typical EDC style use. Okay, nothing tactical or anything like that, because this is by far not a tactical knife. Okay, but that doesn't mean it's not a good knife. So at $275, am I happy I bought one? Absolutely. 100%. May even wind up buying a sheep's foot and a different color handle someday. The Slippy, I know I've said it twice already, but the XM Slippy just doesn't get enough attention in my opinion. It is a wonderful, wonderful knife. So if something were to happen to my knife, to this one, to where Hinderer wouldn't honor the warranty, you know, for it to be something like that, it would have to be just something totally stupid on my half. Okay, that's another thing too. Rick Hinderer has a great warranty on his knives. Okay, there might be some slightly weird speculation. Not speculations. What am I trying to say? He's got a good warranty. As long as you're not stupid with his knife, he's got a good warranty. So that's what I'm saying. If something were to happen stupid on my part where he's like, no, man, no way, that was all you. No. Would I replace it? I absolutely would, guys. This is a wonderful, wonderful everyday carry knife. I can't speak highly enough of it. So, yeah, there it is, guys. The Hinderer XM Slippy. Easily, probably my favorite, at least standard EDC style knife that I have now. So guys, thank y'all for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that wonderful stuff. Check out my Instagram, check out my other videos. It's all good. Again, thank y'all for watching. Everything is at Palmetto Edge. If you want to find me on Twitter too, I've got one, but I don't hardly ever use it. So Instagram's at Palmetto Edge. Got plenty more videos coming on the channel. So guys, thank y'all for watching. Y'all have a good one.